Hello guys and welcome to part 2 of the Metal Gear Solid Elite Trophy Guide. Let's continue. So right now we are about to fight the Hind. The Hind fight is very simple as long as you take your time. Start with shooting your first rocket and then take cover. The Hind will go always to the other side of where you shot it. Right now we have shot it to the right, now it's going to the left. Now we're shooting it down left, it's now going to go up right. Keep that in mind because this is what the Hind is programmed to do. Keep on shooting, then take cover. Yeah, shoot, take cover, and head to the right side. Now the Hind is going to go to the right. And now it's going to go to the up or the northern side of the area. So this is going to be the last shot. Shoot the Hind, and with it you're going to trigger phase 2. During that, go and pick up the Stinger missile and wait right here. So this is where randomness could come into effect. The Hind is either going to go to the right, to the left, or going to stand still. So you're going to react based on that. Okay, it's standing still. So we have no choice but to wait. Keep in mind, take your time with this fight. Do not rush it. This is not a speed run. So now the Hind is going to take a dive down. What are you going to do? You want to be closer to it. So by the time it rises up, you are ready to shoot it. And if you do that, you will be able to sneak 2 shots at the Hind. So yeah, this part, unfortunately, is very, very time consuming. Yeah, just like that. A second shot, and now it's going down. Make sure to be as close as possible to the Hind. So by the time it pops up, you shoot it, and then after that, you shoot it again. As you guys can see, the Hind is flashing, which means that's their invincibility frame. You cannot shoot the Hind while it's flashing like that. Yeah, my only advice is just take your time. Do not rush the fight itself. And follow the Hind whenever it goes. Do not be out of your sight. Sometimes the Hind is going to take a weird angle like right now. It's doing it right now. Yeah, what are you going to do? You want to shoot, go and take cover because there will not be any cover close by and you might be able to get shot in the process. The issue with the Hind itself is that there's a bug. Sometimes the Hind can deal double damage, and that happens if you got shot by 2 bullets at the same exact frame. It happens to me before, and that ended up dealing massive amount of damage to me. And sometimes you might end up getting with triple damage, so be careful with that. Alright, 1 more missile. You can sneak a 3rd shot if you're lucky, just like I did here. And that's the Hind. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about this fight. Take your time, do not rush it. Keep your sight on the Hind, and you will be able to defeat the Hind quite easily without even taking damage. And in the final phase, you want to take cover right here, because if you do not do so, you will be 1-shot killed. Now Arakan is going to call you, telling you that the elevator is now fixed in its own. Equip the chaff grenade, the key card, and head back all the way to the elevator door. Use the chaff grenade on your way down back to the elevator. Once you get to the elevator, call it, and then head back to where you picked up the Stinger missile. Wait at the door for the elevator to come in, and then go in. After that, exit and go back to the elevator. Now here, call Mei Ling and save. The reason why you should do this is because if you fail the four horsemen fight inside the elevator, instead from starting all the way from the top of the tower, you just start next to the elevator. We basically just move the checkpoint closer. And now enter the elevator and head to the first floor. So the four horsemen fight, what you're gonna do is that you want to constantly flip guards so they can throw each other out. And then when you have the chance, sneak in and break the neck of one of the guards and do that constantly throughout the fight. Don't worry if you get shot because they do not deal massive amount of damage, thankfully. And even if you get shot, don't worry about it. Keep flipping the guards, and when you have the chance, sneak in, break the guard, and then break every one of them until you complete the fight, just like I'm doing here. I intentionally pushed that fight out just to show you how simple and how easy this fight is. Here, throw a chaff grenade and immediately exit and head to the snow field. In case you need to, throw another chaff grenade so you do not get shot. And now we're gonna fight Sniper Wolf for the second time. Make a save file and start the fight. For the fight against Sniper Wolf, first thing, equip the Stinger to locate her position. And after that, keep an eye on her. And then equip the PSG-1 and the diazepam and start shooting. Once she take cover behind a tree, equip the Stinger and shoot a rocket on her to force her out. Keep doing this every time she takes cover behind a tree. However, keep in mind, like I said, in the original Japanese version, Metal Gear Solid, Sniper Wolf has massive amount of invincibility frames. Approximately 4 seconds of iframes compared to 1.5 seconds of the later versions. Right now, my shot will not work. As you guys can see, I shot her. It didn't work. The second shot now worked because her invincibility frames expired. And now the final shot. And there you go. Yeah, unfortunately, I call this fight the time bleeder due to how bleed your time, especially if you are on a world record pace. And that's it. Continue forward, skip the cutscenes, and then we're gonna head to Disc 2, the Blast Furnace. So inside the blast furnace, the crane inside of it is random. So my advice is pay attention to its movements and cross whenever the coast is clear and safe for you. Pay attention to that guard down there. Based on the time you approach and arrive to the crane, his position might be different, so keep that in mind. I was too lucky, as he was closer by, that allowed me to approach him and flip him, without him spotting me. Enter the steam room. Avoid the steam, by the way, as they deal damage. Equip the chaff grenade, throw it, and go to the left side. Inside here, you want to pick up the body armor, the 2 stinger ammos, and the chaff grenade. Now head back to the gate, which will take you to the cargo elevator. Go back into the blast furnace. And back again to the cargo elevator. By doing this, this will spawn the elevator much quickly instead of waiting for it. So here you want to pick up the body armor as we're about to encounter 3 guards in the cargo elevator. You want to take the least amount of damage from them. So what do you want to do? You want to flip them outside of the platform. Either do that or break their necks. However, I suggest you to flip them as it is much easier. If you try to break their neck, you might get interrupted by the other soldiers. So flip them out of the platform and conquer that platform to yourself. So there's a turret here. Throw a chaff grenade. Once it detonates, go to the other cargo elevator and use it. Call mailing and save as you're about to fight Vulcan Raven, and that fight is probably the trickiest and the most complex fight you're gonna do in this entire playthrough. Go to the right and pick up more Nikita missiles. So pay attention to what I'm about to say against Vulcan Raven. First things first, equip the Claymore and equip the ration as a backup. Plant the Claymore right here. Equip the Nikita and hide. So what you want to do is that you want to sneak in to Vulcan Raven and get as close as possible to him. And what you need to do is you want to use the Nikita by mashing square. Yeah, you want to be really close. Keep in mind, I'm not getting damaged by the Gatling gun bullets. I'm getting hit by it, which does less damage. Now, Snake is going to use the ration that I picked up. And there you go. That's Vulcan Raven. It's a risky fight, but in my opinion, it is the fastest and the safest way to deal with this fight without losing too much resources. If you have a better strategy, be my guest, do it. I'm not going to be complaining. As long as you do not die or ended up using more than one ration, I'm not going to be complaining. As long as it fits and feels better for you, just do it. So coming in is the most boring part of the run, which is what we call the PAL keycard quest. Here, equip the chaff grenade, pick up the chaff grenade crate on the left, use it, and head to Rex's lair. You're gonna see a lot of fast forward in the video due to how boring this section is. So you want to go all the way to the top. There will be a bunch of Kodak calls explaining the lore. Arakan being a hacker. Where Solid Snake is being surprised by it. It's like some kind of a weird thing. So in the third floor, call Mei Ling and save. After that, climb up, answer this Kodak call. The reason why I want you to call Mei Ling and save because there's a guard and we need to do a very specific type of movements which involve buffering. But don't worry, it's very simple, but it is very specific, but don't worry, like I said, it is very simple. So after you get down from this ladder, I want you to do full combos, 3 full combos. Punch, punch, kick, punch, punch, kick, and punch, punch, kick. Now, head to the computer room. By doing this, you will give the guard a chance to stay away out of your path. And once you make it to this position, mash R1 to silence your footsteps. As you guys can see, the guard was far away and he will not bother you anymore. After Snake throw the PAL keycard into the drainage ditch, an alert will ensue. Throw the guard, or just run away. It's up to you. Now I want you to head back all the way to the first floor and next to the drainage ditch. Since we are doing rank 1 and we're doing the requirements of getting Fox/Big Boss rank, you know that you need to get less than 4 alerts. And by doing that, this will make the rat in the drainage ditch eats the PAL keycard. If you get less than 10 alerts in the entire playthrough, the rat will eat the keycard. So what you're going to do is you want to locate where the rat will be. And you do that by the Stinger missile, as you will be able to lock in into it. Then you have to kill the rat, and then he will drop the PAL keycard. The first location is here, but he's not there. The second location is in the northwest side of the area. Keep alternating between the 2 locations until the rat shows up. Right now we're getting some bad RNG. Oh, here it is. Shoot it, and then he will drop the PAL keycard. Pick up the PAL keycard and heads back to the computer room. We're gonna fast forward this. Every time you get to the 3rd floor, make sure to save in case you screw up against the guard in the 3rd floor. And like we did earlier, do 3 full combos to buffer your movements and allow you to have a safe passage to the computer room. Once you reach this point, start mashing R1 to silence your footsteps. Inside the computer room, equip the PAL keycard and take this route to safely avoid the camera. take the same route again to exit. And there you go. Once outside, do a full combo as a buffer movements, and then head all the way to the first floor. Hug the left wall to avoid the guard. You can mash R1 if you want to feel more safe. And now we need to freeze the key and head back all the way to the warehouse. Inside the warehouse, pick up more Stinger ammo. And then you need to wait for at least 1 minute for the PAL keycard to change. Before you exit, check the PAL keycard for it if it changed or not. After that, exit and head back all the way to the computer room. And we're gonna repeat the same strategies that I teached you in our first visit to Rex's lair. They're exactly the same, no differences whatsoever. Once you make it to the 3rd floor, save. And then head to the computer room. Don't forget to buffer your movements. Once you make it to the computer room, equip the PAL keycard and go to the 2nd computer. Exit the same way that you entered. And just like before, punch punch kick to buffer your movement, equip the PAL keycard or the other keycard, hug the left wall, and then exit Rex's lair and head straight into the blast furnace. We're gonna fast forward this really hard. There are no guards inside the warehouse, so be careful not to get spotted by them. So, there is nothing to do here inside the blast furnace other than waiting for the 1 minute mark to pass on so the key card can be heated. Once the PAL key card is heated, check it out and then exit. And now head back all the way to the computer rooms. Now you guys can see why this is by far the most boring part of the run. So many backtracking. So many waits to waste your time. I think, in my opinion, it's the weakest part in the entire game. Like always, stay away from the guard inside the warehouse. Now inside the computer room, equip the PAL keycard and activate or deactivate the last computer. So here we got baited really hard by Master Miller, and turns out he is Liquid Snake all over the time. Yeah, skip the Kodak call. Nothing fancy here. Just skip the Kodak call. And immediately, once you gain control of Snake, open the Kodak. Call Arakan. So he can unlock the door for you. So, coming up is going to be the fight against Metal Gear Rex. First thing first, safe. Then equip the body armor, take a few steps. Then you have to throw 3 chaff grenades right now. 1, 2, 3. Equip the stinger, aim, now start shooting. Wait a second and a half before the second shot, otherwise you're going to hit it without dealing damage. And that's the first vase. So for the second phase, immediately equip the stinger and shoot towards Liquid. Get closer to Rex. Shoot again. Then back off. Avoid the bullets. Shoot. Then get closer. And don't worry if you get shot. As long as you have the body armor, you should be fine. And there you go. That's Metal Gear Rex. Coming up is going to be an unskippable cutscene that takes up to like 2 minutes and 30 seconds that cannot be skipped, and I'm going to skip it. So, coming up is going to be Liquid Snake's fist fight. This fight is not that hard, it's quite easy, and there's several ways you can do this fight. You can do it the old way, just go punch, punch, kick, and follow him across the arena, and stay away from him, avoid him. The most important thing, in case you made mistake at the start of the fight, make sure to just save, and then you can just take your time with this fight. Yeah, call, mailing, and save this fight. Or you can do it like what I usually do. Go to Liquid, throw him, stand right here. Go to him again, throw him to the right side, and then start punching. So this is what we call the Liquid Infinite Punches. And I have a tutorial for it as a short. I'm going to post it in the description. And there you go. That's Liquid Snake. So now, since we have submitted to the torture, we're going to escape with Arakan. Make another save file. This is going to be our last save. You want to head to the jeep on the left side. Stand right here. Wait for a guard to come close and grab him. Do not kill him, just keep on grabbing him to prevent him from shooting you. Once Arakan start the car or the jeep, hop in and shoot the barrels. Do not shoot any more guards, otherwise you might risk killing more guards than intended for the rank 1 requirements. So the escape area, position the machine gun at this location. In the first checkpoint, shoot the barrels. Here I failed, but that's completely fine. position it right here for the second checkpoint, and let's keep on going. Once you make it to the second checkpoint, kill the guards. Each guard takes 4 shots. Keep that in mind. Yeah, start with the guard on the left, then the right, then the middle. After you are done with the second checkpoint, Liquid is going to show up. I don't have any advices here other than just keep on shooting on. Yeah, just keep on shooting on. Keep on shooting him and don't stop shooting. Yeah, this escape sequence consists of several phases. And the phase will not progress until you deal a certain amount of damage to Liquid. So here I got this weird bug, but don't worry about it. It happens. Just keep on shooting. And that's the final phase of the escape sequence. Shoot Liquid multiple times. And you have successfully finished Metal Gear Solid and achieving the Fox codename. And with it, unlocking the Elite Trophy. So we're gonna fast forward through the section all the way to the score. And if you do as I did precisely, you will end up with the Fox codename. And there you go. Here's your Fox codename, and with it, the Elite Trophy. Thank you guys very much for watching. I truly appreciate it. If you like this tutorial, please subscribe and like my video, and tell me in the comment what you think about it. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.